Ah, Pokemon Platinum Edition. One of my favorite games of all time. And because the 4th generation remakes are coming out soon, I wanted to revisit the Sinnoh region, but this time with a few twists. The first twist is that I will be playing the ROM hack Renegade Platinum by Draiano. They changed the game up in many ways. The fairy type is now included in the games, with the according moves. Pokemon which had bad stats got reworked to make them viable. Some Pokemon learn new moves which make them even more powerful. It is even possible to obtain every single Pokemon without a new game. And of course, the change with the biggest impact, every trainer has a really good team, which makes the game insanely hard sometimes. The second twist is that I will be Nuzlocking the game, which means there are some new rules included to how I play the game. Rule number 1, I am only allowed to catch the first Pokemon of every route. Give Pokemon a bonus since I'm going in blind and huge pussy. Rule number 2, if a Pokemon dies, they die and can't be used anymore by me. Rule number 3, I must nickname every Pokemon to form an emotional bond with them, so it hurts them more when they die. Rule number 4, no items in battle, except Pokeballs for capturing. Rule number 5, game must be played in set mode. Rule number 6, level cap is the highest level mon of the next gym leader or elite 4 member. There are also some extra rules which I will explain once we get to them. So after starting up the game, some old dude asked me if I'm a boy or girl. Because I want to epically troll him, I say that I'm a girl. After learning that that decision is permanent, I call myself gaming, and I say that my Barry's name is Barry. And I'm finally able to watch TV. A few minutes passed by and I had to use the restroom, when suddenly Barry jumped in my room and proclaimed that he planned on breaking some old guy's bones. I of course want to see that happen and follow him. He directly wants to jump to the Jesus house and gets interrupted by him. Embarrassed, we accept his balls. Now to the most important question of the entire run. Which starter do I choose? I like penguins, so I choose the penguin. I naturally win the last speed tie and demolish the Turtwig with a torrent boosted bubble. Shortly after that I ruin my first encounter and name my penguin a Kowalski. I want to show my mother that I got the best starter in the entire game, and she, being a Gen 1 purist, immediately throws me out of the house and wants me to come back once I beat the Elite 4. So we finally have a goal. Beat the Elite 4, the elite of all trainers. The best 4 Pokemon trainers to ever set foot in the Sinnoh region. After explaining to her that I cannot take on such a task without an extra starter, she gives me the best Gen 1 Pokemon and doesn't want to speak to me anymore. I unleash all of my anger and hatred on naming that disgusting creature. I name it Cedric. Now with 1 Pokemon and Cedric, I'm on my way to do the catch tutorial and immediately get served with a harsh portion of reality. There is no catch tutorial, there is a trainer battle and it's 2 levels above me. Luckily, the AI wanted me to win, so I win the fight. Shit scared, I grind a bit and catch the Sentret Wendy. I arrive in Jubilife City, the city of hopes and dreams, and quickly do a lot of things. Talk with an FBI agent, get free Kanto starters. I decided to only have 1 of the gift starters at a time in my party, or else my party would constantly consist of at least 3 starter Pokemon. Put the Charmander Samuel in my team, got 3 kills on Mirage. Okay, danke.
Danke.
Fixed my layout, got the old rod, called myself Gilbert Gottfried in Twinleaf Town.
This is Gilbert Gottfried. I'm pissing and shitting and coming.
And leveled up my team. In the trainer school, I threatened a girl. Give me a fucking lunch money. Yeah. And then she gave me a lunch, a hard-boiled egg. Two simps saw me and immediately picked a fight with me. After almost beating me to death, the egg hatched and I got the blue pill. So, you know me. I'm a huge scaredy cat. I grinded a lot of friendship, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of friendship. So that blue pill could evolve into Meryl for the next rival battle. For everyone that wants to know, that took me 40 minutes of biking. It was finally getting late, which meant it was prime time for Spider-Man. So I got myself my own personal Peter Parker. I then went into the caves and got myself Isaac. Finally ready for the first real fight against Barry, I start battling him. So this is the breakdown of the fight. His Starly did way too much damage. So after exchanging moves, I switch in Cedric to die. Cedric finally wants to prove his worth and takes out Starly. I then drop Munchlax's accuracy 2 times and switch in Blue Pill to take care of it, foolishly thinking that it has to miss once or that its defense isn't as high as Snorlax's. I command Blue Pill to roll out, but even after 2 accuracy drops, it never once missed a move and takes out Blue Pill. Wendy revenges her fallen comrade, and our favorite movie star takes quick care of Turtwig. For my troubles I get an EXP share from Barry. I of course see a Shroomish on Route 203 after Barry and think it's a static encounter for later when I have an Oran Berry, so I skip the Route's encounter for now with Rapples. And in the next cave I find the boxing star Rocky and add him to the party. And on Route 207 I get myself the Ogre Shrek and add him as well for the gym battle. I investigate the local mines and find an Onyx. Ecstatic about it, I accidentally kill it and am immediately filled with pain and misery. Being an emotional wreck, I decided to go back into the mine and I find diamonds. And here's the first case of semi-rule breaking, the shiny clause. When I find a shiny, I am allowed to catch and use it. Kowalski is immediately filled with determination to take on the gym and evolves, and even accidentally overlevels. So we take on Rock, the first gym leader. Naturally, the 1v9 machine Kowalski sweeps through his first 4 mons with ease, but then his Larvitar from hell enters the battlefield. I switch to Samuel because I think that I can't one-shot it. He almost one-shot Samuel, and I have to sacrifice one of my other remaining Pokemons to take that monster out. I thank Rocky for the movies and say my goodbyes to him, and send him on his way to heaven. Isaac shoots at the Larvitar with his tears and it dies. Then Shrek and Bonsly throw punches at each other with Shrek being the clear winner. When my mental breakdown ended, I decided it's Wendy's turn to join the party and get the Hoenn starters. Meet, Gex, Specs, and Alexander. Then Steven gifts me one of his Beldum. When I enter Jubilife City again to smash some rocks in the cave up north, I enter a wormhole and transform into Cinnabar Island's most famous Pokemon and beat up some Team Rocket fanboys that must have created that wormhole. With them creating a new unexplained mystery in the world, I make it my own mission to beat up every little fanboy that I see. In the next town I get a watering can, some Oran berries, and get on my way back to the Shroomish. After giving Shroomish the promised Oran berries, it transforms into the legendary Mew, and I find out that I could have gotten my encounter this whole time. I welcome Lily to the family and continue on back to the Valley Windworks, where I find the newest addition to the squad, Bzz Bzz, the Elekid, who immediately replaces Wendy, and also a Seedot which was just chilling in a tree. I call her Kuvira and move on. There was some fanboys in the Windworks, so I went inside and beat them up without a sweat, when suddenly a strange woman appeared. She called herself Mars. I think she's named after the Roman god of war. Feeling a little bit of intimidated, I challenge her to a fight. Turns out I was right. She is a goddess of war. Her Zubat seemed to be of no challenge for Bzz Bzz. After he took it out, He tanked one fake out from her hellspawn of a Perugly, and I sent in Kowalski. Seeing that Kowalski could be of no use now in this fight, or in any other upcoming fights, I sacrifice him so we can take down that raid boss of a Perugly. Shrek deals the finishing blow and pays his respect to his fallen comrade. Now out comes her Bronzong, and believe me, I tried to predict everything she could throw at me, everything. But there's one thing which I couldn't predict. The most obvious move ever. So everyone say your goodbyes to Peter Parker. It really was pizza time. Samuel once again saves the day by revenging our favorite spider. Now her last Mon is on the battlefield. Yanma, I think this will be easy. I think to myself, what a fool I am. I once again have to sacrifice one of my Pokemons to win this battle. I feel cold sending out Isaac only to die. Isaac struggles in vain, but after tanking a crit he perishes. Bzz bzz, then ends the fight that took way too many lives. Bruh, 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 bruh. Now, with 3 spots open on the team, I add Wendy, Metal and Gilbert Gottfried. After training for 1 hour, Wendy gets to do walkies. And everyone is level 19. On Route 205 we skip the encounter once again, because there's an encounter I want to get in the northern part of the route. And on our way up to the northern part we beat out some Bavarians. Inspired by such bloodshed, Gilbert evolves into a majestic Gyarados.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and hey, Jeffrey Epstein. I heard what you did, and that isn't very poggers.
Now to get to the next gym I have to go through the Eternal Forest, but I think it's gonna be a piece of cake, because there will be Cheryl and she will constantly heal me after battle. But then, disaster strikes. Cheryl wants to see if I'm worthy first of being her companion, and I have to beat her in a battle. Like in the last major battle, Bzz Bzz one-shots her lead, Driftblim. Then her Makuhita comes out and Gilbert acres for the beating, so he comes out and bounces on him. There was a sex joke in here, I'm sure. But then her Chancellor comes out. I expect the worst of things to happen, so I let Metal handle things from here on out. Not knowing how I could win this fight, I sent out Samuel, hoping for a miracle. But sadly, there is no God, and therefore no miracles can happen. After a quick brain stop, I come up with the only solution that seems possible. Sacrificing Shrek so Gilbert can take care of the rest. But then, again, like I said, there is no God. So after Shrek absolutely crushes Chansey, she sends out her last pathetic Pokemon, which according to plan Gilbert takes out. After such an exhausting fight, Metal quickly evolves. Me and Cheryl are on our way exploring the Eternal Forest when suddenly my repel stops working. I know that this is fate, and don't renew it and jump into the tall grass. We get jumped by 2 Pokemons. I let Cheryl decide which one I should catch. She quickly decides Banui. So I catch Lexiluna. Now that I am finally in Eternal City, Barry gives me the helpful advice. If you want to win, simply dodge your enemy's attacks. Yeah, thanks a lot, bro. Now the moment we've all been waiting for has arrived. What Pokemon will expect me in the northern part of Route 205? Is it Mew? Is it Mewtwo? Is it perhaps the legendary Mew3? No, it's Big Chungus. After finding such a powerful being, I need to let some steam out and fish. Ain't fighting froggers there. Then I return to the Valley Windworks to do some meta gaming. I rob a Munchlax for the item leftovers. Afterwards, Johnny Sims confronts me on a hill. Because everything has been going so smoothly so far, my recording has to corrupt, so you just have to believe me that I find in Mount Coronet a cleffer named Lunadubra and on Road 216 Vanilla Ice. And before someone points it out, yep, in this ROM hack you have to go to Route 216 before you fight Gardenia. After thinking about how to beat Gardenia, I talk with her about our upcoming battle. She says that she will pray to the gods for their help. After some grinding, Lunadubra evolves first into Clefairy and then into Clefable. Now, after careful consideration, I finally decided on the team I want to use. Lunadubra the Clefable, Samuel L the Chameleon, Metal the Metang, Wendy the Ferret, Gilbert the Gyarados, and finally Vanilla Ice the Snorunt. With my team being completely prepared for Gardenia, I start the fight. So my plan was simple as it was genius. Let Lunadubra sing the first mon to sleep, then let Metal set up some iron defenses, and then none of the mons are able to touch me because most of the early game grass moves are physical. But then again, harsh reality hits me. They use the move Grass Mod, which completely bodies me, and her lead Blossom uses Parafusion. If only I would have known that from the beginning. I try to win an unwinnable fight, everything seems hopeless, but then a glimmer of hope. Metal survived, and her setup. It looks like nothing can beat him now, but then the Cherrim wakes up and ends him. I can only take it out before the rest of my team goes down as well. But I promise you, Gardenia, I will come back. Maybe not in this life or this universe, but I will come back to haunt you and claim my victory.